Hello everyone, and welcome back to today's review for Castlevania Season 4. I'm not gonna do that obnoxious Eastern European type of Dracula type of voice with this movie review, though it would be really funny if I just don't want to drag it out anymore for what it is. But if not, I'll stick out hard and arrow right through you. This here would make it cool. This would make it pretty cool. But anyway, about a week ago, Castlevania Season 4 came out on Netflix, and I got to watch it. Now, I don't think I think I did review Castlevania Season 1 all the way back in 2017 when it first came out, but running my own pretense before this, I love it. 1 second, sorry. Quite unprofessional of me, but I'm a huge fan of the first 3 seasons. For me, seasons 1 and 2 are excellent, and season 3 is really good. But the question is Castlevania Season 4 a good finale for the series, which just takes the undisputed golden standard for being a video game adaptation into anything else? Because for the most part, they suck. Yeah, there's certain possible movies here and there, i.e. the first Resident Evil, the newest Lara Croft movie, and others. And the first Silent Hill the video game movie was okay, but none of them were really like a gold sense of a standard. But within the animation on TV or anywhere else, it has a certain flexibility and room to spare to really make it interesting and dynamic and beautiful. And Castlevania, i.e. the trilogy, or the 3 seasons that came before up to this one, really do give service to such a well-crafted, beautifully animated, smartly written, and incredibly gruesome, violent, visceral, kick-ass show, and I really loved the season. And as I said before, the first 2 seasons are, even though the first season is kind of short, like only 4 episodes, for me it's like season 1, season 2, season 3, and then it was like, where does season 4 land up for me? And I do think, in my opinion, season 4 is definitely a little bit better than season 3, which I do think all seasons are very good. And basically, the main plot for this season is that after a season or so later, after defeating Dracula, basically the trio, or Alucard, staying in his castle and booting about like Batman, Trevor Belmont, and I forgot his girlfriend's name, basically go around and do demon slaying. But after a good while, they're kind of getting used to it, and or kind of like getting apprehensive, like, do I slow down? Maybe they're like, okay, I did what you want. Now you have to live my life, slaughtering these creatures that the devil and or Dracula have sent upon this world of ours, and we gotta take it on and defeat it. And what makes this such a good season is that it is the foreboding and deepening nature of when will Dracula come back. We know he is. The last season hinted towards it. And what the season does so well is they keep it in suspense, though the action and the narrative and the story keeps it foreboding and building towards a certain building point, which it does. This season 4, I believe, is about 10 episodes long, and the first 6 or 7 episodes are very good. This is one of my smaller complaints about this season, is that it takes some time building up towards, so that the first few episodes are kind of feel a little too derivative of tone. I won't say tone, that's totally the wrong word, I apologize, but they feel a little too draggish. There's a lot of down moments, which is good so you get some more character moments, in truth, but I'm ultimately left going like, I want some more action, I want some more direction of where it's going. Like, granted, I never questioned the idea of where I knew it was going, but it felt like it was just kind of lagging along. Granted, the pretty animation, the voice acting, the incredibly smart and well-written story keep it all interesting, but I kind of I was getting like, when are we going to see the big climactic battle? And thankfully, the episodes 7 through 10 are excellent. they're really great, and they build up worthwhile, showing what we want. We want the final build up between Trevor Belmont and Death and the oncoming bring back of Dracula. It's all done so well. I love the animation. The voice acting, as always, is really stellar. I love this voice cast. I've seen Dracula being finally brought back. Justice, even though he's just in a little bit, which near the end, which I enjoy because you're going to build him up. And even though I knew we weren't getting much of Dracula, he's still for me like my favorite character of the series. For me, it was just like, oh, I cannot wait. And I love the dynamics between the characters. I love the relationship between Trevor Belmont and Sophia, and I love their relationship with Trevor Belmont and Sophia, and their relationship. It was really bittersweet. I love where it's going. Lots of good storytelling, especially with them return back to the city where it all began, with the death of Dracula's wife, and how they go underground and being like, okay, where's this going with this kind of delusional group being like, oh no. It's like, yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, of course, our leaders will come back and they'll help us. And they see the skeletons and you're like, oh, fuck's sake. You're like, oh my goodness, they're delusional. And you're like, oh no, they're delusional. They will never realize what's going on. They're just hoping and praying for the end of times to happen. And it's just kind of sad and crazy, maniacal to see it happen. But it kept such a good sense of, as I said before, foreboding and momentum that kept the series going, even at smaller moments, because the smaller character moments still mean much. Still mean a lot to the narrative and to themselves. It gives enough breathing room, especially in their own time. And knowing that this is the last season, so that and it's been a week, spoiler dropped from here and out. And I love how it keeps on going. I'm like, oh, how will Trevor and Sophia's relationship grow? And by the end, you find out that she is pregnant, which does allude to maybe more spin-offs in the future, which I cannot wait to see, because this is just such a stellar animated series. I love his style, I love his animation. It's super fast, dynamic, aggressive. It's violent to the bone, and it's R-rated for a damn good reason, I can tell you that. And in my view, overall, it's just a freaking great series, and I would highly recommend it for anyone who loves action, horror, any type of grim, like foreboding type of storytelling, like that grimace type of gothical storylines with a romanticized European war type of feel to it. But Castlevania is just a rich, dynamic, very well written, and incredibly stylized and violent series that kicks so much ass. But it's more than that. It's really sharp. No pun intended. And overall, I just really had a ball with this series. And in my view, I would truly recommend it. For me, it's about season 3, it's not as fresh as the first season, nor as exciting or as well told as season 2. But nor does it have as much action as the third season. But I do think overall, it's a perfectly great. I won't say it's perfect overall. As I said, the first 7 episodes, the first 6 to 7 episodes are a little slow to get into, admittedly, as it kind of overstates its hand, like, okay, please give us some damn narrative of what's going on. But overall, Castlevania Season 4, in my opinion, is a more than worthy ending series, final season, send off to this great series started all the way back in 2017. And I get to say, even though I haven't seen much of the Netflix other material or TVs and shorts or anything like that, for me, this is a freaking great place to start. And I really would highly recommend anyone who loves horror, gothic horror, action, and or animation that's strictly for adults. Because it is. It earns its R rating for a damn good reason. Not just because it's gratuitous or edgy or anything. It earns its rating. It's super well made, and I really, really would highly recommend it. And overall, out of the 5 overall, I don't know, what's a good rating system for this? Stakes or crosses were, How to Kill Dracula in his own right, I will give it a 4 out of 5. A 4 out of 5 stakes to kill Dracula with. And overall, I really damn enjoyed Castlevania Season 4, a more than worthy finale ending for already stellar series. And one, I really do hope you enjoyed my reviews as always. And I will have my review for Justice Society World War II coming out probably this weekend for everyone to see. And yeah, till then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. Till then, peace out. Remain safe, and please, 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 wear a mask. Till then, cheers.